That's a good fish right there. There we go, girl. Woo, man.
This episode of Let's Take It Outside is brought to you by Fishbrain, the world's most popular fishing app. Fish smarter.
I'm here at Beinville Outdoors in White Springs, Florida, which is really the north part of Florida, almost to Georgia. There's over 20,000 acres here that is just pristine, but what's really great is the bass fishing up here. This is world-class bass fishing, and I am just so excited because I'm hoping that I'm gonna get the bass of a lifetime here at the Beinville Outdoors today. Now, I'll be honest with you guys, I am not the best bass fisherman. I fish a lot of saltwater, as you guys see in the show, but I don't freshwater fish a lot. We're fishing with Captain Dean. He's gonna help me learn a lot of different techniques because my bass fishing skills are pretty minimal. I can use some top water and some spinners, but today I think we're gonna be utilizing some frogs, some different worms, you know, different techniques and things like that. So I'm really excited about that. And I feel like I'm gonna catch the biggest bass of my life today. I feel like that's happening today.
Hey guys, Austin here with Fishbrain, the #1 fishing app in the world. We're down here in Beinville Plantation, which is maybe one of the coolest places I've ever been in my life here in North Florida. It is a bass factory, if you will. So I'm pretty excited. I've already been talking to Dean, seems like a hell of a guide, and I'm looking forward to learning a lot more than anything. But at the end of the day, we're here to catch fish. We
were actually looking at the app this morning, trying to figure out the best place to go, you know, best time of day. You know, the bite is different in the morning as opposed to the afternoon and things like that. We were checking water temps, looking for potholes in the app because a lot of times, especially in Florida, it's so hot. When the water heats up, the bass want to cool off, so they're going to go in deeper water.
I've already been looking through the different map layers, seeing the navionics, seeing the seed maps, finding potholes all over the place. So, you know, for me, when I bass fish, a lot of it is from shore. And I know for a lot of people, the bass space can be really intimidating, right? There's so many colors and styles and lures and weights and lengths, and a lot of people kind of just clam up. So for me, this is that opportunity to learn what works in certain areas, utilizing what our other users have told us, with the experts in this area, and all tying that in together. Because at the end of the day, we're all trying to fish smarter, and that's what we're trying to accomplish here.
I'm excited about utilizing the Fishbrain app to help kind of increase my odds because this is unknown territory for me up here.
You know, working with Dean, working with our crew, getting out on the water, I think we're gonna have a lot of success. And don't tell Misty, but I'm pretty sure I'm gonna catch the bigger one.
One of the things I tend to look for is going to be transition zones, whether it be vegetation, one line of reeds, change into a clump of Kissimmee grass, something different that sticks out. You know, points along a long straightaway will be good, or anything that would create current, including wind. We have a light wind today, so you can see the wind is making some different, you know, variations along the water surface. Anything that makes something different from everything around it. The bigger bass tend to want something unique, you know, and they'll dominate it. And, you know, in past, biologists have done electroshocking and put monitors on fish that they've shocked up and put them out, and I've had the biologist tell me that a dominant female will return to the same spot every 4 days to feed. And I've actually seen that to be proven true here, where I've caught a big fish, 4 or 5 days later I'll come back and that same big fish will be in that same spot and I can catch it again.
Wow.
So
that's wild.
And hopefully it's a little fatter, bigger, and heavier.
Always hoping.
Yeah, exactly.
Bigger is better in bass fishing, that's for sure.
That's right.
Absolutely.
When you're bass fishing, you've got to be as quiet as possible. Minn Kota builds one of the quietest trolling motors on the market.
This is a chatterbait. Basically, the way to fish it would be to cast it out.
Right.
You know, it's pretty versatile. Throw it out in the water. You can get it as close to the vegetation as you can. Let it sink a little bit. start reeling, and you can just steady reel it, or you can just give it a couple jerks, let it sink a little bit, and just keep working it a little bit. We got to figure out how they're going to want to bite it, but it's a bait that you can burn along fast as well. But usually a steady retrieve gets you the most amount of strikes.
Okay, okay. But if I decide to twitch it a little bit, let it sink, give it a second, and then start retrieving.
Here at Beinville, we have a lot of steep drops, so you know, if you look and check, we're in 16 feet of water, being this close to the bank. So the fish will either be up underneath that vegetation, or they'll be down that slope a little bit. So a lot of times I do a little bit of the stop and go close to the vegetation so that it follows the contour of it down.
Okay.
And then when you feel like you're about 10 or 15 feet off the vegetation, steady retrieve will get it back to the boat quick enough for you, and you never know if you'll go across the suspended bass that'll still take a strike at it.
Okay, can handle that. Let's see. Okay, Austin, it's game on.
Game on.
Fish on. May not be the biggest. Oh! He still jumped after. Oh, okay, okay, okay. Hey, hold on, it's not over yet. Okay. Okay. Uh-oh. Oh, no. Uh-oh. Hold on. She got it. Okay, get him in the boat. Get him in the boat.
Like right in the top of the mouth, right where you want them.
Perfect.
It's your prize, sir.
Some people call it the first fish. I call it the first of many today. It's a pretty little bass, though. He looks healthy.
So I started out with a chatterbait. I did get that one hookup, but didn't get him in the boat. Then I did use a whopper plopper for a little bit, but the timing's just not right now. And now I'm switching up to something else. We're just gonna keep changing until something happens.
Okay, this is square bill. It's got a square bill on the front here, and this is used to deflect it off a cover. So if it hits a tree or something like that, a rock underneath the water, it gives it an erratic snap instead of rolling around it like you will get with a round bill, a regular standard deep diver. It's a very natural shad color, so it's the right size and look of the size of the bait fish this time of year. And also it floats. So where we're fishing around this hydrilla, you can reel it down to the top of the hydrilla, pause for a second, it'll float backwards away from the hydrilla. A lot of time if you have a curious bass looking at it, it's gonna float right back towards its face.
When you give it that pause.
When you give it that pause, it'll float right back to it. That's the reason why we're gonna try the square bill. We're gonna go for that wide.
We're gonna try everything in the tackle box.
We're gonna throw it all at them.
Don't tell me I lost it. Oh, I lost it again. Oh.
It seems to be a good switch to that type of bait, though.
Man. Okay.
I haven't got sniffed since that one.
I think, fish on. Okay. I'm scared to say anything. Okay.
That is a crappie.
We got another species here. That's good. Okay.
We didn't set up a Calcutta, though. That's a big one, huh?
Hey, I'm just glad to have a fish right now and break the seal.
Yeah,
so,
take it.
You know, we'll take it. Okay, 1-to-1.
Gator tried to steal my bass.
Yeah. Okay, you got him?
Yep. Here we go. get us around the big ones,
Nice and healthy right here.
we'll have them.
All right, let's let them go before that alligator comes over.
Yeah.
It's been an awesome morning bite out here at Beinville Outdoors, and I can assure you of this. Captain Dean, Big Fish Dean, knows exactly what's going on, and he knows these waters like the back of his hand. We've caught some fish. I've missed some pretty good bites, but that is the way it goes when you're bass fishing. You got to get them hooked and get them in the boat really quick. Now, it's starting to get a little bit warmer out. It was beautiful weather today and this morning, but the sun's getting quite a bit higher, so that means too that the water temps are gonna heat up. When that happens, the fish are gonna look for some cooler places to hang out for the day. We're gonna get Austin on the app so we can find some, different potholes, ledges, things like that, a little bit deeper water, so we can map out the terrain and the lake and see if we can find where they're gonna be hiding for our afternoon bite.
So as we're looking, we're going back into this one. This is an awesome spot, it looks like. We have 10 feet, 5 feet all around it, and we're dropping into 20 plus. That's where those fish are gonna start stacking up. When that water's getting warm, they're moving down there, and being able to come in, look at these layers, and really target where you're gonna go, it makes a world of difference rather than just out here throwing blind. So let's go to that spot and see if we can get on some bass. So we're on the second spot here. As it's starting to warm up, we're trying to figure out where these bass are patterning. Naturally, they're gonna move into deeper water. So that's why we're in here in the app and we're looking at our layers. So as you can see, we have, don't have the best service out here right now, but we have a lot of features in this body of water alone. So you're seeing these different spots that are breaking in where you're going 1 foot all the way down to 20 plus. When you're fishing down at things like that and having these fish sit up against these ridges, that's where this type of feature and this type of layer really comes into play. So coming into the app, being able to use that, and then from there being able to walk in and see what is that weather in those areas. Your wind phase, your water temperature, little things like that can give you that advantage to put you on the fish, get you your PB, and get you more excited about that sport.
They said that the peak fishing time today on the Fishbrain app was 1 to 3. It is 20 after 1, and we got a really nice fish on, or Dean does. All right, you got it? Look at that. Right there, look at that. Thank you, Fishbrain.
Nice little fatty, thanks. We just got done eating.
That's right.
All right, Fishbrain said it's time, so we put it down. We've literally gone 50 feet, and boom.
It's happening.
Happening.
I'm using a U-Vibe Zoom worm, and what Dean's taught me to do is it's weedless, so I can throw it across the mat, work it, and then when I get right to the edge of the mat, which is, that grassy area on top, I let it sink and then start to work it up and down. So exactly what you guys saw on the demo, pulling that worm over the grass bed and having it drop off, this is exactly why you do that.
You see, they come right up through that thick grass to get it. So it doesn't matter if the grass is on top or right here on the edge. Either way, they'll see that worm coming.
Right.
And they're aggressive. That fish just nailed it out of the blue.
Look at that.
Like we were talking about.
Grab the net, quick. Okay, I'm bringing him over. Woo, all right. Caught one on the worm. Using this U-Vibe. It's weedless, it's great. You can pull it over the mat. Right after I got off the mat, just like Dean said, that's when I got the hit. So we're gonna go ahead and release him. Nice looking bass.
Pretty good one.
Definitely need the D-hooker.
All right, uh-oh. Austin's catching up to me.
Woohoo! He's a pretty boy.
Nice fish.
Oh, sounds good.
He's coming in. He's not a giant, but he's a good one.
On the net, got him. All right.
When it comes to fish handling and, you know, quality of catch and release, all those types of things, is there recommendations you have for bass? Like in my mind, the bigger the fish, the quicker you need to get back in the water. It's older, it's exerted more energy.
If you catch a big fish, you really want to support the lower half of its body somehow.
Right.
You know, don't put all that pressure on its jaw. Make sure when you put them back in the water, you don't pitch them just in the water. You know, you put them in the water and run some water through their gills to help get them a little bit of oxygen back in their body and system, and watch them swim away.
We've been fishing all around the Beinville Outdoors today, and as you can see, this is a completely different body of water. And we really are going to the app to kind of figure out where to go, and then once we get there, what we should do to change up our game to adequately fish, you know, where we're at. You found us, you and Dean got us back here. So what is Fishbrain saying we should use?
We're looking to fish some duckweed.
Okay.
And as you can see, we're looking at frog, 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 frog. So,
Okay, so I think we need to use the frog.
I guess we're using frogs.
Yeah, so we're gonna see what they're hungry for, and I have a little catching up to do because I think Austin might be a little bit, maybe 1 or 2 fish ahead of me, except though I have 2 species and you only have 1.
This is true. The pressure's, I'm literally sweating with
I
the
know.
pressure.
A lot of times I'll come out here and it'll be like, you'll throw it in and let it sit for 3 or 4 seconds. And sometimes it'll just, boom, you know, something will whack it right then without even twitching it at all. But usually I'll hop at 1, 2, 3 or something like that and then let it stop.
Got hit right in the thick duckweed, like you said. Using the frog, nice looking fish. Nice and healthy, beautiful.
That's how you want to see them bite it.
Yeah, just like that,
Right
top
in their
water. Yep.
Swallow it, get both hooks in there, nice and deep. When they blow up on it like that, you give them a couple seconds, wait on them, and they choke it down and get them.
Okay, see if we can get them through the green slime. Okay, bass number 2 on these frogs. I think Dean's was bigger, but I'll take what I can get. Nice fish. You know, Austin, it was a lot of fun fishing with you today out here. Coming out here to do something that I don't normally do, which is bass fishing, and utilizing the Fishbrain app actually really helped a lot.
A little bit of the magic, maybe
Yeah.
we call it?
I think so.
It's definitely a nice thing to have in your arsenal, I would say.
I learned a lot as well on how to use the app a little more effectively and get those tools that everybody's doing, and the community's inserting that information. We have a lot of information to upload as well.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Definitely
after
keep a lookout
today.
for the catches and everything like that.
Another thing too about coming out here is, aside from the epic bass fishing, it's really cool just to unplug.
There's nothing like it. Like for me, this is kind of my meditation, my escape, is getting out, you know, outside of the office, outside of the household, being able to kind of do something that I both enjoy and kind of recharges the batteries. Who won today, by the way?
I was just gonna ask you
Are we gonna have to
that.
go to the tape? Are we gonna have to go to the tape?
I think
'Cause
we're gonna have to go to the tape. I don't know. I feel like it was pretty even. Now, I'll tell you this, what I do know. I caught more species than you, but I think you did catch more bass than me.
And I had first fish. I did
Yeah,
have
and first fish, because I missed that one. So I guess, you know, Austin, I'll have to be honest, I think I have to give it to you.
All right, well then I guess she's gonna take me out to the salt and definitely put me to shame next time, because
That's right.
you know Missy doesn't like losing twice.
You know, Austin, I just want to thank you and for Fishbrain coming out and fishing with me on Let's Take It Outside at Beinville Outdoors in White Springs, Florida. This is a great place to take it outside. Beinville Outdoors wants you to take it outside. Call to book a hunting or fishing trip today. They're under new ownership and ready to help you book the outdoor trip of a lifetime.